pods that are now beginning.
Yeah, so what looked like no pods.
Yeah.
And in fact, there's pods all through it.
Yeah. Yeah, they're just woven through it. Look.
Yeah. So again, worst case though, if you felt you couldn't take all those bags and bags of vine back, you'd have to take the pods off though.
To take the pods off.
Take the pods off.
At this time of year.
Yes.
Up until about up until mid to late February.
Yes.
You can leave the pods on. Do you want me to explain the life cycle of the pod?
Yes. So we're really ideally this would be an activity to do early to midsummer, because now we're at the dangerous side where even that fellow, if you left him here, he would.
So the way to cut a pod is to find this crack. Now this pod is still immature. So the seeds, you can see there are
Yes.
usually about 500 to 1,000 seeds in a pod. They're still green, and they're juicy. So this pod is actually relatively safe, even though the season's getting on a bit. Maybe because it's been underneath and hasn't matured
Yes.
properly.
But if left here,
If left here, what you could do with a pod like this is open it exactly as I've done, and you just leave it exposed to sunlight, and
Right.
the UV will kill it.
will cut.
Yeah.
But it's getting dangerously close to being mature. Well, once it's mature, it's dried inside, of course.
Once it's mature, as it matures, the seeds go from light green to a light brown,
Yeah.
and then a darker brown, and then finally to black. Once they're black, they're fully viable. That means they can reseed.
And then, of course, they burst.
And then they burst.
And they fly
And
everywhere.
they fly everywhere. Yeah.
So we can probably, if we look over there,
Yeah.
not that we're blaming anyone,
No, we don't know.
but that's
We do
there's
encourage.
very little moth plant here 10, 15 years ago.
Yep.
So it's a lot of it's come from Motatapu, quite possibly on the prevailing wind.
It could
birds.
have come from further down the coast. It could
Yes.
have come from private land. It could have come across from Motatapu, or even conceivably from the Kino.
And the big danger now, of course, is if it keeps seeding, it just seeds the rest of the island.
Correct.